Hello again, and welcome to another episode of In the Field with Sarge. Give us a thumbs up if you like my content. Don't forget to subscribe if you can. And we're going to do some quick tips in the kitchen. I do apologize for the delay. As you do know, or some of you know, I am going through this wonderful journey through the world of cancer, and I'll discuss that in a later video. But for tonight, I'm prepping for an overnighter where I'm only going to be able to bring a single burner with me and a single cook pot. And you know me, in the morning I gotta have my eggs, so I'm going to show you a really neat way to prepare, package, store, and get ready to go out and eat these great way of doing eggs, and it's called eggs in a bag. Now, of course, you can prep your eggs like this for, cooking in a skillet if you'd like. You can prep them for overnight. You can prep them for long term. And you can freeze eggs for up to 30 days. So this is a great way to bring eggs with you out on a trail. Small package, easy to prepare, and you can cook them right in the bag or pour it out right into your pot. I prefer to boil it in the bag. It's a lot easier that way, and if I need to be on the go, I can slap it between two pieces of toast and head on down the trail. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get our eggs prepped. So let's go ahead and try to crack these eggs. There's one. Now I do save the shells for my ducks. They're my wife's ducks. She has names for them, of course. I call them Easter, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. But that's another story in itself. So there we go. We got 2 eggs cracked in a bowl. Now we're just going to prep these for just like you would to make your own omelet. You can put anything you want in it. You can put bacon, sausage. I would suggest you pre-cook them. Onions. I like a little bit of onion and some Mexican-style cheese, and a little salt and pepper. And I usually put a little pat of butter in there because I like the butter flavor with my eggs. Okay, now, of course, when you cook the eggs, they're not going to be browned. They're not going to be fried. They're basically going to be boiled, but they do get cooked. Almost like a fast food egg sandwich. So I've got the eggs in there. Let's see if I can whip these up without beating up the camera. Now, you can put a little bit of milk in there if you want, or water, whatever suits your taste. And, you whip them up. All right. And then I'm going to put a little bit of onion in there. Right. I'm going to put my pat of butter in there without cutting myself. There we go. And then, of course, a little salt and pepper, and then the cheese. Now what's great is you can actually put these in Ziploc bags and freeze them. And you can even store them longer out in the field. I learned this many years ago when I was put to a challenge by a friend to camp for several days, but only what you can pack in a rucksack, which is basically a large backpack. And trying to come up with ways to have my eggs out in the field, this is what I came up with. Now, I get the Ziploc heavy-duty quart freezer bags because of the double zipper on them. Now I'm going to move over here to the side, and then all I'm going to do is pour it into the bag. Now, when you do that, of course, this was 2 eggs, so you could probably, if you do 4 or more, if you have a group, you can put a lot more eggs in here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to partially close it, and then I'm going to get all the rest of the air out. And there you have it. Now this, believe it or not, you could take this and freeze this. They store for up to 30 days. And you can put them in the cooler when you go camping. You know, they'll add to the coolness inside your cooler. And they're great out there in the field. So here's your eggs. Now, when you're ready, you could take them and come right over here to a pot with hot water in it. I'm going to bring the temperature up if I can get to it. Now, the adorable wife is making potato salad for dinner, so ignore the pot next to this pot. I don't want it to get a complex. But I'm going to bring the temperature up. I'm going to let that boil in the water. When it starts to get some texture to it, if you like the texture of scrambled eggs, you can just, knead the bag a little bit, put it right back into boiling water. So here, if you have a cook pot out in the field, you could do the same thing. Boil your water, put the bag right in the water, and boil it in the water. And it cooks them up really nice. You can add a little bit of cream to them, make them nice and fluffy, the whole 9 yards. But everything is in there, minus my cheese, which I forgot to do. I was in such a hurry to get them in the water, but you can get the idea. And with the cheese as well, you want to knead them up so the cheese incorporates itself. So I'm going to let that water come to a boil, and then I'll show you what it looks like as an end result. All right, after 3 minutes, it's starting to take shape and get solid, so I'm just going to mix it up a little bit, put it right back in the water. Now, I'm sure all of this can be done and dehydrated and made things a lot easier, but, for an overnighter or a quick, impromptu camp out, it's quick and easy to prep for. A couple of things to look out for. If you are using an iso stove or a butane stove or a propane stove, try to keep your pouch or your Ziploc bag from hanging over the side of the pot, because the heat will start to melt your bag. So that's the only real thing you need to be careful of. And then when you pull it out, and I'll see if I can do that, pull it out, let it cool down a little bit before you take it out of the bag. Now, as you can see, the eggs here are fully cooked. I do have some runniness, and that's the butter that's in there. So don't be confused. And I'm going to let this sit for a second, and I'm going to take it out of the bag, and then we'll show you what it looks like. But it's just a simple way of being able to have eggs. If you're, limited to one cook pot, or you don't want to scrub a pan or a pot, great way to do it. Just boil it up in the pouch, and you can eat it right out of the pouch if you want, or you can dump it out on a plate. Like I do sometimes is I'll put 3 or 4 eggs in there and then make it as one big patty, and then cut it in half, and then whoever's with me gets one, I get the other, and I usually put it between 2 slices of toast, and there you go. And of course, I'm from the East Coast. Ketchup is a major food group, and it does go great on scrambled eggs. If you haven't tried it, don't say ooh until you try it. All right, so let's give this a second to cool down, and then we'll get it out of the bag. There you go. Of course, if I had cheese in there, there would be cheese oozing out, all of that. Looks pretty much like fast food eggs, cooked all the way through, nice and hearty, thick, okay? And of course, gotta have a little ketchup. Like I said, don't judge me. Don't judge me until you try it. There you have it. Like I said, the applications are limitless. You can freeze these, stick them in your cooler, and they'll last. I've been out on campouts for 2 weeks, and probably about the 8th or 9th day we used the last one up. But it's great. We'll give it a try. Tastes like real scrambled eggs with onions. Should have been cheese. But, you know, you can put your bacon, your sausage in there. You can make it like a little mini omelet, you know. Just a neat little idea to have if you're concerned about saving space. Great as well. For freeze drying, I'm sure the applications are limitless. So, but just a great idea. Thought I'd share it with everybody. And I do want to thank you for joining me today. Like I said, if you like my content, give me a thumbs up. If you want to subscribe, that'll be great as well. And also in the description below, there is a PayPal link if you'd like to donate to the channel. All money earned goes back into the channel. And if there is any overages, we'll be giving it to cancer research as well. All right, so with that, I thank you. My name is Cliff, in the field with Sarge. Have a great day, and remember, love one another.